Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode with Mercedes, episode number 36 today for the Monaco Grand Prix of Season 3, round number 4. If you missed the previous episode at Portugal, then I recommend going and check that out, and subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 2021 Driver Career Mode videos. But yes, you may be wondering why we are here at the workstation. As in Portugal, I've been having a little bit of issues with the game. I do apologise about that. I was hoping that I'd fix it by because I tried to record this on Saturday and it wasn't, and it basically tried to load to practice and it completely and utterly failed to do so. Well, I tried to load to this point, the workstation where we are here, and it didn't like one of the mods, so something was wrong with one of the mods, so I reinstalled every mod as well, and tried to fix that issue, which it has fixed that issue. I can race in this game, but I'm still getting game sync issues, so I'm thinking it's something to do with my mid-session save. So I just need to make sure that I don't mid-session save. I did have a crash because after I mid-session saved, I returned from a mid-session save during this episode, so I don't think I'll be doing any more mid-session saves. I couldn't do any mid-session saves on F1 2020 anyway, so just revert to that. But anyway, taking a look at R&D, we're almost getting there to a point where this car is almost maxed out. We've got a few bits of stuff to do on the aero. I did purchase a rear downforce upgrade, ultimate one. Unfortunately, I tried to rush it through for the Monaco Grand Prix. That failed, which is very annoying. So that cost me another 1,600 resource points on top of the 3,500 it already cost in the first place to put it on. And yes, so it's a little bit frustrating. I don't think I'll be rushing any more ultimate upgrades, I don't think, because they are quite expensive. The front downforce one I tried just not to do. I'm just trying to see how this car will be better for us, maybe. Again, I prefer a car that's got a little bit more oversteer. I think this car, the Mercedes, personally, for what I've been driving so far in this career mode, is a bit understeery. I did think about a tyre upgrade already, but I'm thinking of I think there's another weight reduction upgrade which will definitely help as well. Good news on the engine though, we should be good for Baku, Austria and Canada, the next 3 races though, because we have the fastest engine. The bad news is Red Bull have outdone us on the R&D chart, so that is not good as well. So we've got a lot of work to do in terms of performance, but especially also we need to start winning races if we want to have a chance of winning the championship for Mercedes in season 3. So yes, a lot of work to do there. You can see that we are 2 points behind Verstappen. Verstappen has won 2 races, we have won none. Ricciardo won the other one at Imola, but that was after the Ferraris capitulated themselves, and we'll see what can happen here at Monaco, where it's not a good track for me, so it's just really about damage limitation as we head to qualifying, trying to get as high up as we can really. Although saying that, I mean, we've qualified P7 and P8 so far in the opening 3 rounds, so the pace is definitely not great for me in qualifying. So this was my fastest lap at the end of the session. I mean, we're down in P11 already, so the fact of the matter is the pace is definitely not strong. To be honest, Sector 1 and Sector 3 I'm really struggling with in terms of the AI, losing pretty much a second to where my teammate Hamilton in there. Sector 2 I am able to gain some time up, but came back, but even then I'm still, compared to Hamilton, 2/10 off, so compared to the other AI I am gaining time through Sector 2, which of course where we are now. We have lost a little bit of time coming down the hill as well, about 10th, just over a 10th up as we go through this section. Make sure not to corner cut too much that corner, otherwise well, you will see track extending rules are in place there, even for reduced, as we've got floor damage by riding that curb. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever got any damage from that curb at all. but we rode that curb too much and it's given us floor damage, which is annoying because well, for starters, I'm pretty sure everyone in real life takes that curb like well, maybe not as aggressively I did there, but in the same way. So it's a fine line there, as Leclerc has not set a time. I don't think he got out of bed or something. But yes, I thought that we could cost us a little bit of time there in the final sector with the understeer, even more understeer into Rascasse than we would usually get. So we'll see what we can do. 9th on the grid, time though for the race.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863. And, of course, a certain road race, first held here in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1 mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Stroll, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Vettel, Russell, a Mercedes and Antonio Giovinazzi, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Sergio Perez and Ocon, Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher and Guan Yu Zhou and Nicholas Latifi. Mazepin and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Hope we can, Jeff, to be honest. Race strategy is going to be a very early one stop. I'm not too happy about that, but I think that's what we're going to have to do to try and undercut anyone in front of us or who are racing. So lap 6 we'll have to do. That's 5 red lights then for the Monaco Grand Prix. 5 red lights and away we go, and it's a good start. It's a great start compared to Russell there on the other side. We're going to dive down the inside of Vettel and Ricciardo there. We're going to use a bit of ERS to power past Ricciardo up the hill, but it's a good start up to P6. Now we're looking at Lando Norris. Can we get P5 already? So it would be a good start and very good damage limitation with Verstappen up to P3. We can't get it there. As we're watching Nicholas Latifi, he's out of the race in the Alfa Romeo. Not seen a lot of Latifi at all in this career mode, to be honest. That Alfa is pretty bad as we've gone very wide, and you can see already on lap 4 the top 5 have disappeared into Narnia. That is such the pace that I have, really. Tyre wear is still looking okay, but Carlos Sainz is absolutely dominating this race. He's miles out in front. Maybe that's the reason why Leclerc didn't get out of bed to give himself a challenge. Hamilton is in second, so I'm hoping Hamilton can stay ahead of Verstappen, who are racing, and he will keep us, well, we'll lose 10 points to Verstappen. No, sorry, excuse me, would lose 7 points to Verstappen. Excuse me, get my maths wrong. Yes, so it would be damage limitation, but yes, 2.7 seconds stop nevertheless is okay. And we have retained, we are ahead of Ricciardo though still, so that's the best news. We jumped to lap 7, try to go around the outside of Mazit where he comes in. However, it does give us DRS as a reward. for trying to go past him, and we have retained ourselves to go past up into P11. That will become course P6 once we've pitted. Everyone's pitted, but of course one man who's yet to pit is Pierre Gasly, who's holding up Max Verstappen. Verstappen has unfortunately jumped Hamilton in the pit stop, so yes, we've got a DRS issue. Not that that is any consequence of us. That's on lap 14. I'm already falling asleep here. To be honest, it's been quite a dull Grand Prix. Jumped to lap 15. As you can see, things aren't that great. I've had a poor exit out the final corner, and this time Ricciardo isn't going to be nothing behind us. He's going to try and go around the outside of turn 1. We're going to slightly corner cut turn 1 to retain P6. Here's a replay though of some action here. Ricciardo got the better slingshot out the final corner, but then obviously we had the inside line. Ricciardo actually locks up, so he doesn't get the ideal line that he wanted to be able to take into turn 1. But anyway, but jumping to the final lap, it has been a dull and boring Grand Prix, to be honest. Nothing of any consequence happened whatsoever, other than me driving very slowly around Monaco.
Cannot be serious!
Oh my goodness. Sainz has been robbed of victory. He's going to fall behind us, I'm pretty sure. I had this glitch last year at Singapore when Leclerc in Season 5 driver career mode, F1 2020, he finished first, crossed the line first, dominated the Grand Prix. The game for some reason doesn't like Ferrari, because it happened to Leclerc, now it's happened to Sainz. Sainz has been robbed of his first victory in Formula 1, and it's even more bad news for us because Verstappen, while effectively wins in that case as well. So instead of getting the what would have been 18 points, instead of being what would that have been 10 points behind, he gets the full 25. Sainz, I feel very bad for him. I mean, he dominated the Grand Prix, got fastest lap, was miles ahead of everybody else, and then the aim decides to slap him in the face by taking his first race win away from him. Yeah, if you remember the Tifosi and you have an objection to this race result that Carlos Sainz didn't finish in first and instead finished 17th, then please write to Codemasters in Birmingham in the UK. But yes, I'm not happy with that because it means that instead of having a 7-point deficit to Verstappen, it's grown to a 17-point deficit to Verstappen. We are still in P2. Sainz would have overtaken us, but I would have been happy with that as long as the points gap would have been fine, that we would have covered. But 17 points, yeah, we have to win now, big time. In terms of the constructors though, Lewis did get P2, so that does move us up to second place.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today?
Well, we didn't. We only gained technically three places, even though we got 4, thanks to the game. But yeah, we had so much grip to dive it down the inside.
How do you feel seeing your teammate up on the podium?
I wish he had got to stay in front of Verstappen. That's what I think. But yes, someone hopefully can reform his career.
Great. Well, that's everything.
So yes, a little bit disappointing and frustrating that we couldn't. Well, Verstappen won a 3rd race in 4. Next time out is Azerbaijan though, and that's it's a good track for me. It's a good quality. It's actually fact a good quality track for me. So I'm going to put this out now. I will try and aim for pole. I don't think we're going to get it, to be honest, because I think the Red Bull might have a little bit too much pace, but we do have a good engine power. We'll have that rear downforce upgrade coming in as well. Probably try and fit a few more upgrades if we can on the car before Baku. So pole isn't out of the question. A good qualifying position is on the cards for Azerbaijan. Then Canada and Austria as well. Race wins there as well. Canada is a bit of an iffy one. We might not be there, but it's at very minimum a podium. Austria, we need to dominate there. It's as simple as that. Before we get to Britain and Hungary, which will be worse than Monaco. So yes, if you haven't then enjoyed this video, nevertheless, leave a like, subscribe channel for news, see plenty more F1 2021 Drive Career Mode videos as when they come out. Next one is next week. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.